that reminds you of?
Yeah, I mean, as I say, it's unfair on Morocco to say you don't need to go to Morocco. A lot of the terrain here is very similar to the kind of riding that you get out in Morocco, and before you get into the Sahara proper, and it's just beautiful. So, you know, I would say, you know, the only difference is couscous and diarrhea you get in Morocco.
You can get that for almost free.
Yeah. So if you don't want those, ride in Utah. But no, I mean, Morocco is spectacular, and the cultural element and the fact that you've got these kind of Arabic African mixed faith is just marvelous. But the terrain is very similar. So once you're out there on your own, it's very nice, and you know,
vast
Utah
distances.
Big distances. It's world class. I mean, you'll probably see a little guy. I mean, we're stopped in this lovely. This wash reminds me particularly of the kind of terrain you get in Morocco, and you know, you sit in a little shady spot here. There's a bit of water, but I guarantee. I mean, we've been here maybe 10 minutes. A little guy would have come up now, probably with a donkey, asked us for a cigarette. You know, no matter where you go, somebody's living in Morocco, even though there's no signs of life or obvious signs of life.
Interesting.
Whereas here, there probably is nobody living.
There's no signs of life. Were you racing in Morocco or just?
I've done both.
Really?
I raced in Morocco. I've been maybe 6 or 7 times to Morocco now. 3 times racing, and the other times just touring around. And yeah, it's lovely. I mean, Morocco is really Europeans' Utah.
Yeah.
It's the first bit of real desert that you get. You know, real wilderness away. I mean, there's big chunks of Spain, for example, that are deserty and rural, remote, but it doesn't have that same sense of wilderness that you get. But you know, it's fantastic, and you know, it's a similar distance for, you know, you just got to cross Europe. It's the same if you you live in the northwest of the United States, coming down to Utah. You know, it's probably 1,000 miles or more.
And how do you get your bikes to Morocco?
Well, most people, if you're on a bike that you can ride some distance, you might, there's a ferry that goes from the United Kingdom to northern Spain. So then it's about 700 miles across Spain to get down to the ferry port. And then what people don't realize is that the distance between Gibraltar, you know, the bottom of Spain, to Morocco is actually less than it is from France to England across the channel. It's about the same, it's about 20 miles. 21 miles across the channel, 20 miles I think straight to Gibraltar.
Short hop into there.
Yeah, it's a 40-minute ferry ride, and then you're in this complete other continent. I mean, you know, and completely, it's wonderful. But you know, that's why I like riding in the United States, because I get the geology and the wilderness, but I also get the convenience. If anything does go wrong,
your Starbucks is well only within 150 miles.
Motel 6.
Yeah, Motel 6.
Yeah. I like a shower.
Corporate sponsor.
I do.
I think
Motel 6 is my favorite hotel in the whole of the United States. And
Jenny,
Starbucks is good coffee.
And Jenny will leave the light on you if Tom Bodette won't get the job done. She can.
But yeah, I mean, it's all good. But you know, I love the United States for that exact reason. Is you've got world-class geology and geography and just like things you don't get anywhere else, and yet you've also got, you know, the infrastructure to back it up. Although I would say that cell phones work better in Morocco than they do.
Well, that's just because she's not on Verizon. That's all. Yeah, she gotta get you on Verizon. Yeah,
I'm on AT&T.
See, there you go. There's the difference.
They never put landlines in, and so they went straight to cell technology.
That's right. I mean, that very much a huge push about 10 or 15 years ago of because you know, it would have been, the little villages are so remote, it would have been so expensive to put landlines in. They just put cell towers on the top of every mountain. So
every guy with a donkey's got a cell phone and he's asking for a cigarette.
He's Facebooking in the middle of the desert,
that's
right?
crazy.
There's a story I always tell. There's Peter at Biker's Home, who has a lovely house, lovely bed and breakfast south of Ouarzazate in Morocco. It's a great base for exploring the desert and going down into the Sahara. He also has a little mountain home that he's literally built. It was a shack that he's extended over the years, using the rocks and the mud around, and that's how they build these houses. That's why they look like they're part of the scenery, these little Moroccan houses, because they don't bust stuff in. They just literally dig the ground up and make the houses out of that. And he's got a beautiful house, but it's so funny because the little village he's got, they've got, you know, every other house has got like a satellite dish on and stuff like that. And we stayed at their neighbor's house that had no electricity, and you know, they brewed up some tea for us, and we sat on mats in their very
wood-fired
living room. Yeah,
stoves
exactly. And they had a book. It was funny. They had a wooden bookshelf with like a portable TV and a DVD player on the shelf, but they've got no electricity. And Peter said to me, yeah, the electricity's meant to be coming later this year to this village. So they were primed and ready to,
ready to plug
to plug in and start watching TV. Yeah. So
good.
It was cute.
Well, there it is, Utah versus Morocco. Jenny Morgan regaling us with stories.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so let's go see where this wanders off to and see if we strike up some pavement eventually. You like this, Harold? This is your first time out here, ain't it?
Yeah, never been out here, and this is just phenomenal. Unbelievable.
Good.
Wow.
And the little CBs are just chugging right along. Just keep this stuff up.